Hey, hi all. Welcome back to the channel. So in the TypeScript series, we we have learned how functions are in the last video, and the different variants of functions and the different variants of function parameters as well in the last video. And we have learned how we can keep the function declaration as a type in the last video, right? And now in today's video, we are uh, going to teach, right, the interfaces. So what could be the interfaces, and what is the significance of using it, and why they are introduced in TypeScript, and how can we use multiple interfaces. Okay, so let's start. First of all, interface is nothing but a syntactical contract actually made with an entity. So entity in the case, here we can consider as an object. So object is making a contract with a particular TypeScript to implement whatever methods or properties has been declared in the interface. Okay, so we are enforcing that object to implement all of the methods and properties which are added into the interfaces, so that there should not any kind of mismatch or a typo thing, so that we could not get any kind of runtime errors. Okay, and the interfaces are, so that is why interfaces are actually used to strongly type any kind of object. So we can make our own interfaces based on the database entities as well. We can replicate those database entities in our front end, and we can strongly typecast whatever response coming from the database with these interfaces, so that we should not miss any column, right, from the database. So let's say we'll understand the syntax. So for syntax, you need to use interface keyword and then the interface name. Keep in mind, interface name starts with the capital letter first. Okay, let me create a person interface. Person can have name, it could be string. Person can have age, it could be number. And then person can have uh, you know job, it could be also string. Then he is having number as well, cell number. Let's say we have this person as an interface, and the same kind of database table has also created for us. So let's say we are getting a response from it, from the DB. So we need to typecast it. So let me create an object obj of type person is equal to an object. As you can see, as soon as using type annotation, if I give type as a person, it gives me error that you need to you know implement these many properties: name, age, job, and cell from the object person, from the type person. So let's implement those. Name as a test, let's say. Then age could be 40. Now the job could be you know TL, maybe technical lead, let's say. Cell could be anything, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, right? If I console log now, let's use backtick. Obj dot name, and then obj dot age, right? So if I transpile this file, tsc index.ts, and then run the index.js file using node, as you can see, it prints me test and 40, right? So if I show you the index.js, you can see the interface is not available in the JS, right? That's the beauty of TypeScript. So actually TypeScript provided us the interface because we need a strong typing, right? So that once we created object using that interface, it should not have any issues and it should not create any runtime errors. So as you can see, we don't have any kind of errors over here, the compile time errors, so that it will not print, it will not show any kind of runtime errors as well. So this is the beauty of using TypeScript over JavaScript. Okay, at the end, TypeScript is also JavaScript only, but it gives us some extra layer for us to write down the code in a proper manner, and we should not encounter any kind of runtime errors, and it gives us a compile time errors only because of that. Now let's say we need to implement a method over here as well. So let's say get cell is of type method, and which is returning us a number, right? So now as soon as I have added the method over here, you can see I have got an error like get cell is missing in type, right? So I need to implement that method over here as well. So let's say get cell return this dot cell. That's it. Because the return type of it is number, so we are returning a property which has type of number, right? So let's say I want a person cell number as well. So let's say obj dot get cell method, I'll call that method. Let's transpile this file again and let's run it. You can see the cell number also has been printed over here, right? So this is how we can define methods and implement those wherever this interface is given as a type, right? Now let's understand. And again, one more thing. So whatever primitive types are over here, you can create a member of any primitive type, but with that you can create members using union type as well. Okay, so as I taught you the union types in the, you can search for union and literal type video. By the thumbnail you can easily identify it. You can go and watch that video as well to understand it better. But the union type, using union type, we can give multiple types to the same variable, or the member, the interface member as well, or the class properties as well, or the object keys as well. So let's see, address, right? Or maybe is doing job, maybe, right? So it could have a string or a boolean. So we can give both type to this. So let's implement this. Is doing job. So let's say s, or maybe we can give true as well to this. Okay, so in both cases we will not get any kind of errors. Okay, because the type is this both primitive types. You can again create a array as well, right? Maybe list, and the type would be string array, maybe, right? Like this, you can define a member over here, and the same list you can print over here as well. So list equal colon the string array, right? Learn, and the second string may be lift. Okay, so this is how you can use all primitive types with this union type as well. Now as we have came across this, right, came till here, so now let's understand how we can use multiple interfaces as well. So to use multiple interfaces, we need to use the inheritance concept. So as you all know, inheritance is a core concept of OOPS, right? Object oriented programming. And by inheriting any kind of class or interfaces, for classes we will I am actually making videos after this, so we can inherit classes as well. But for now, to inherit the interfaces, we can inherit whatever members we have in the parent interface in the child interface as well. So let's say uh, I need to create an interface called car, and this has a string member and then wheel as a number variable member, right? Now I am extending this, extends car. So what I'm doing over here, I'm inheriting the car into person. Okay. So now what will happen? This object gives me error because the object is inheriting, or maybe the type of this object is the person, and the person inherits car. So that means it is actually the person enforcing the object to implement the properties available in the car as well. So let's say we have uh, the name is getting duplicate. Let's say uh, car name, right? Let's add this property as well. Car name is equal to Audi, and wheel property as a 4, right? Because it is a number property. Now let me create another interface called home, and here I can give address as a string property, and now I'm inheriting this interface as well. So to inherit multiple interfaces, I need to give comma and then the second interface name. Okay. Now person is inheriting car as well as home. Okay. So now if you look at this object, it is like again like showing me address is missing, right? So again I need to implement the address property as well. So address, nothing but let's say test. Okay. So this is how interfaces are, and we have learned how we can create interfaces, how we can create members of it, and how we can inherit interfaces, the single inheritance, multiple inheritance, right? We have learned, and we have implemented the methods as well, right? So this is how TypeScript provides us all the facilities through interfaces. So I hope you like the video. If you like it, so then please like the video and share it with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe the channel. Let's meet in next video. Thank you all guys. Bye.